If you take a liquor groomer baby, the period after birth when it's being licked and groomed, there is demethylation of the DNA at a gene point that affects the development of glucocorticoid receptors in the hippocampus. Also, there are changes in the histone similarly. These result in permanent increase in glucocorticoid expression. These results in adults that are more exploratory, less fearful, and less reactive to stress, and more cognitively intact all the way until old age. Even as adults, they have more glucocorticoid receptors, and they have alterations in glucocorticoid levels. And they exhibit liquor groomer behavior, just like their mother. If you look at the liquor groomers, they have more glucocorticoid receptors. This is important in modifying the stress response. So when you are stressed, perhaps you are walking down the street and there is a lion and you run. Of course, what happens is you produce a burst of glucocorticoids from your adrenals. These feeds back to the hippocampus and tells the hypothalamus to release less of the corticotropin-releasing factor, and this is a typical negative feedback loop. Well, for a liquor groomer, you have more glucocorticoid receptors, which results in a more efficient response to the adrenal burst of glucocorticoids. Whereas in the non-liquor groomer with fewer receptors to modify that, your glucocorticoid response goes on for longer and more glucocorticoids are released. Glucocorticoids, while important for helping during that stress response, are in fact chronically associated with neurotoxicity. Beyond that, if you take a liquor groomer and you have them in a standard environment, they become a liquor groomer and their babies will be liquor groomers, and this goes on through generations. If you take a low liquor groomer and raised by its mother, low liquor groomer mother, but you put them in an enriched environment during childhood, they in fact will become liquor groomers. And then their babies will become liquor groomers.